The beginning of the festive season across India on Navratras is the most auspicious time or day to buy real estate. And here on the Property Show, we'd like to help you narrow down the right choices at the right prices starting today for the festive season. Welcome everyone to a power-packed show with best apartments, plots and homes to buy in different budgets. I'm Manisha Natarajan and I'm joined by Sameer D'Souza, CEO and founder of Prop Equity. Together we'll cull out the most credible information on real estate to help you take the right decision with your biggest chunk of savings, which goes into property. On the show, developers across the country hit the street in a nationwide strike to protest red tape in the government as a response to a senior Kradai builder taking his life. They call for the end of corruption and approval delays. Is redevelopment by society residents a better option for Mumbai's old and crumbling residential buildings? 5 top advantages of doing it yourself. Badala Skyline may soon get a massive makeover, a new business district and affordable homes. What plans do authorities have for this buzzing micro market? We reveal exclusively on the show. And of course, we call out different apartments for you in Andheri in a budget of ₹1.5 crore. Pune, 35 to 40 lakh rupees. Ahmedabad, we go right up to 80 lakh rupees. A week after prominent Thane developer Suraj Parmar's suicide, the developer community rallied across the nation to protest against the red tape, harassment and approval delays on projects from the government authorities. The national developer body, Kradai, called for a nationwide strike and the end of corruption. Here's a report.
Developers call Mumbai the toughest realty market to operate in thanks to the massive amount of red tape that they have to deal with. Last week, Suraj Parmar, the president of MCHI Kradai Thane, found himself unable to deal with the pressure and so took his own life. A tragedy that has shaken the builder community to the core.
We provide the maximum employment, we give the maximum the GDP revenue to the country. We are providing the infrastructure, we are providing housing, we are providing office spaces for the growth. Now, if the government supports us, we can go from 1 to 100. If the support is not there, we only go behind. And whatever is happening, it's uphill. We are just struggling and we are fighting and battling and doing our work, which finally is too stressful. There should be some ease of doing business.
We are, as developers, a very hardy lot. But in spite of that, if one of our members has committed suicide, I think it is very evident that the kind of pressures that people are going through. And very important out here for you to understand is the developer's family has made it amply clear, and we have also spoken to financial institutions. He was not a debt-ridden developer.
Worsening matters is the suicide note which Suraj Parmar left behind, where he alleges government harassment and policy paralysis that left his projects unviable. And now national developer body Kradai has rallied together to protest against the system that led to his death. Kradai has called for a nationwide one-day strike and has taken to the streets. The death of Suraj Parmar has brought the builder community together. Thousands of developers from the Kradai region such as Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai and NCR have come together to hold a peace march to present their list of demands, which includes less red tape, less corrupt systems and a single window system to the government.
This is the kind of pressure that our members have to go through. Then the PM's vision of, spurring economy by housing for all and by 2022 with private participation, and also, our sector's contribution to the GDP, to employment, all this, then, it doesn't really work well for these so-called ambitions of the country.
These are much needed reforms, especially considering that the typical builder has to get anywhere between 50 to 60 approvals from different departments before he can construct a project. A process that can delay projects by up to 2 to 3 years and vastly push up prices. As a result, millions of square feet of construction remain stuck. Making matters worse are retrospective amendments which can further delay the whole process and leave room for corruption. Kradai is hoping that the tragedy of Suraj Parmar's death will show how badly the sector has been suffering due to improper and ineffective policies.
Kradai is a very responsible organization, and as a responsible organization, it wants to sensitize the government, the bureaucracy and the society at large about the hardships that the real estate development sector in particular has been facing, because of absolutely draconian behavior at municipal levels, be it a municipal corporation or a development authority or the state governments, where there is inordinate delays in plan sanctions and approvals.
CREDAI has directed its 11,500 members to close their offices and stop construction for a day to highlight the seriousness of the protest. What's more, CREDAI's regional chapters have submitted a list of their demands to government authorities in different cities, from the Chief Minister in Bangalore, the Thane Municipal Commissioner in Mumbai, and the CEO of the Noida Authority in NCR. The big question now is, will the government act on these recommendations and create an atmosphere of trust before more lives are lost? That's a question only time can answer.
All right, let's get down to our questions and answers. We've got Andheri, Kandivali, Kamote and Thane covered in this segment, so don't go anywhere. Ashish Kumar is our first caller. Welcome, Ashish. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I want to ask about, there is a project in Andheri East around Marol Maroshi. The project name is Park Royal, and it's by Pride Group. So I wanted to know how is the developer and how is the overall project. Reason being, this is at just very initial stage. So if the developer is a reputed one, and can I go ahead with the investment?
Sure. Ashish, you said that your budget was 1.6 crore and Andheri East is the micro market. So this one is actually a good one, 3.5 acres, reasonable size plot, Sameer. Seems to be, and Pride Purple is a good developer as well. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, this project is good to go. It's also got an IGBC rating. Pride Purple and Rashi Group are reasonably okay developers out of Mumbai. This project is not that large and not yet that small. It's a mid-sized project in 3.5 odd acres. And the price point also at 14,000 rupees a square foot is about 1,000 rupees a square foot cheaper than the weighted average price of the market, which stands at 15,000 rupees. Inventory overhang is a huge cause of concern across the board today, and Andheri is also witnessing a huge slowdown, so inventory has gone up to 36 months. As such, price appreciation still continues to be reasonably decent considering the high inventory overhang at 10.1% on an annualized basis. And there are, if you look at the project that you shortlisted, they also have very good amenities from Bombay point of view. They have a swimming pool, clubhouse, yoga and meditation room, gymnasium, and also the project is adjacent to a nice garden called the Bharat One Garden, which is the BMC garden over there. So a lot of greenery around as well. There are two more projects that you can consider. One is Blue Fortuna by Atul Project India Private Limited. This is at 13,900 rupees a square foot. Developers delivered about 10 odd projects in Mumbai already. Amenities here are also quite decent, although the project is in 1.5 acres. They're still providing you a swimming pool, clubhouse, and a senior citizens area as well. This is located at Marol Military Road, Andheri East. And lastly, close to the Western Express Highway, we have the DreamX Vega by DreamX Group. 15,550 rupees a square foot, so slightly higher, but because of its great location, it's a redevelopment project. Only 500 meters away from the Western Express Highway and 2 kilometers from the Andheri station. The developer has done about 2 odd projects in Mumbai. Amenities include clubhouse, jacuzzi, indoor games, and a party hall as well. So these are the 3 projects that you can consider in Andheri.
All right. So one is, of course, something that Ashish has recommended or shortlisted himself, a good one. So we also get good feedback from our viewers. Once you shortlist the project, we get to know what's happening. And of course, the price stickiness is surprising in a market which has a 36-month inventory overhang. That means it's taking that long for the current stock of housing to sell. The fact that the market is still giving you 10% annualized returns is quite a telling story, I can say. Here's a quick summary of the other 2 apartments that we've been able to cull out from our data. And go ahead, take a look at all 3 choices and then pick the best. Arpan Bihor on the phone line with us. Arpan, hi, welcome. How can we help you?
Yeah, hi. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to raise my query on show.
It's a pleasure.
My query is that I'm looking out for a 3-bedroom flat in Kandivali East area for end use. The area which is my first choice is Thakur Village, which is in Kandivali East.
Right.
My budget is approximate 2 CR, and I definitely need some good option in this region. Before you respond, I just want to give some piece of information. Is that I have done some research in this region, and I feel that ready possession properties are highly inflated here. And I also believe a lot of inventories are with the investors, So my preference would be for the ready possession. But if I get a price advantage, then I can look out for some options which is under construction with possession of, around 3 to 4 years,
All right.
So
okay.
That's there, and then my requirement is reputed builder and a good society, especially for senior citizens and kids and all basic amenities.
All
So
right.
that was my first question. And if you allow me, can I ask you another question also, please?
Okay, very quickly, Arpan. We do have a long list of callers. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So my second question is that, what kind of approvals and NOCs is required for the properties, which are under construction,
All right.
Do we have some checklists, which will help us to ensure that we have all approvals in place before we start paying advance money for property?
Okay, so we do have that checklist for you, and I will read that out and you can make down points. But I think let's come to his basic question where he's saying that, look, should I go in for a ready property? I'm happy to go in for a under construction property if I get a really good price advantage in that. Otherwise, ready property is my choice. And of course, he also observes that there's a lot of inventory in that market.
Sure. Good points. First of all, yes, Mumbai is one such market where the gap between the ready properties and under construction properties is a lot. Because once the property gets ready, it starts to acquire a much larger premium compared to other micro markets has been witnessed. However, I would say that if you have to make a decision, go for under construction properties that are about to get completed in a year to 2 years time, because A, the property is new, so the maximum premium comes in at that time. Older properties are now not appreciating as much as newer properties are. Kandivali as a micro market is doing very well. It's got 20 months of inventory overhang, which is way below the weighted average, the danger zone of 24 months. The weighted average price being 12,800 rupees a square foot, being quite affordable even now, considering the secondary nature of this micro market. And lastly, the price appreciation has also been pretty reasonable at 10% given the slowdown. We've got 3 projects for you that you can look at. Raheja, Reflection, Eternity. All developers are famous big developers out of Mumbai. This is in Kandivali East by Raheja Universal. The project is over here, got good amenities also, a recreation ground, sky lounge, clubhouse, swimming pool. So all the amenities that you were talking about are being provided. It's coming across in a very big land area of 11 odd acres in 3 phases with 8 odd towers. This is located in the Thakur village as you required and only 700 meters away from the Western Express Highway. Then we have Gundecha Trillium by Sea Princess Realty. This is being sold on a carpet area of 20,000 rupees, which translates to 12 to 14,000 rupees a square foot, depending on how much carpet area to super area ratio they're applying. Project is only 650 meters away from the Gundecha school and 950 meters away from the Thakur Mall. Construction is in various stages over here as there are 4 towers, and developer has delivered quite a few projects in Mumbai. Then we have White City by Rajesh Life Spaces in Kandivali East at 12,500 odd rupees. Project is only 2.1 kilometers from the Thakur College and 3 kilometers from the Gundecha International School. Developers delivered quite a few projects as well. Project is also a big one, 11.25 acres, 4 towers, 40 stories each, and the elevation is very grand. Amenities here are there, which include a clubhouse, gym, swimming pool, and some other amenities including squash, tennis, and spas.
All right, so here's a quick summary of the projects that come up on our shortlist. In your budget of 2.7 crore rupees, Kandivali East, and I'm quite happy to see, Sameer, that the inventory overhang or the unsold supply figures as they're showing are very, very comfortable. I mean, 20 months is perhaps one of the lowest in that market.
Small micro market, not too much supply compared to an Andheri.
All right, so go ahead and you'll be safer with a smaller inventory overhang. By safe, we mean nothing goes wrong with your property, but simply that at least you will not see a big dip in prices immediately or in the coming few months. All right, list of things to check, Arpan, is something that you'd also asked for. So this is it. Documents to check before buying an under construction property. You should confirm whether it has approved building plans from appropriate authority. Those should be in place. You should also check if the developer has obtained necessary permissions and NOCs from various authorities. So these could be your environment clearance, height clearance, etc. You should also verify the title certificate to make sure land title is clear and there is no litigation on the project land. And of course, make sure that the builder has intimation of disapproval, that's an IOD, and commencement certificate, CC, to start construction. And we always, of course, we are not talking about pre-launch, so I'm going to leave that out. But last but not the least, get the agreement evaluated by an advocate. Write to us. We do know a lot of good advocates and we'll be happy to help you. All right, Madhur Bhatia on the phone line with us. Madhur, hi, go ahead. How can we help you?
Hi, my budget is in 60 to 70 lakh range, and I'm looking for a property in and around Navi Mumbai, basically. So mainly Lodha, Palava. I was looking for in Casa Bela, and another one is Kharghar, sector 34-35 in this range which I'm getting. Okay. And my working location is Powai. So based on that, I just wanted to know that which one is a better option. Lodha Palava is something which I was looking forward for. So,
right. Well, Lodha Pallava is of course a good project, a very, very vast project. So it's coming up in phases, Sameer, and the good part is that it is going to be a smart city. It's one of the rare first few projects in India. Because of its size, it can be technologically integrated and acquire the shape of what a full smart city could be in the future.
Sure. Yes, you're absolutely right. Although Pallava city is not in Navi Mumbai, it's in Dombivli region, which is a part of Thane. So we've got Kharghar also as a micro market for you, and also Thane as well, which is Dombivli. You can go ahead with the project. There are multiple projects inside the Lodha Pallava city. The one that we've shortlisted for you is Casa Sophistica, which is at 6,200 rupees a square foot, available in the resale market. As I mentioned, this is a part of the 4,500 acre township, of which 2,200 acres of land is already under development. Amenities like 100 acres of Central Park, 9-hole golf course, Olympic-sized sports stadium. This is as big as it gets in terms of amenities. 100 acres land for a proposed university. Sophistica is also adjoining the Lodha World School and Expedia Mall on the Kalyan Shilpata Road. And coming to some key data points of both Dombivli and Kharghar. Kharghar is one of our favorite micro markets where social infrastructure is quite well in place, but the connectivity to other parts is just fantastic. Dombivli East is at 5,800 rupees a square foot on the weighted average price chart with a safe inventory overhang of 17 months. And Kharghar is even better at 7,900 rupees in terms of weighted average price, but inventory overhang is 15 odd months. On the price appreciation front, Kharghar is doing probably the best, 11.2% on an annualized basis, followed by Dombivli East at 10 odd %. The two projects in Kharghar that you can consider are Sumukha by Sai Developers at 6,550 rupees a square foot. This project is only 900 meters away from the proposed Sector 34 metro station. Project is only 1.2 kilometers from the Central Park and golf course. It has basic amenities only. And then we have Arihant Anaya by Arihant Superstructures at 7,800 to 8,000 rupees a square foot. This project is within 1 kilometer from the Central Park and golf course. Well-developed social infrastructure is quite in the vicinity, 700 meters from the proposed Sector 34 metro station, and it's connecting to all the key areas which are not very far away as well. It was completed in 2010, fully inhabited with modern amenities.
All right, so here's a quick summary of what else you can look at in that budget. Arihant Anaya, Arihant Superstructures and Sumukha by Sai Developers. Moving on, the majority of buildings in Mumbai are over 50 years old and in dire need of redevelopment. But most of the time, redevelopment plans don't really take off due to differences with the builder or among society members themselves. This is where self-redevelopment comes in, a way for societies to become the developer of their own societies. How does this work and how feasible is this model? Ashwini has this report.
This 7-story building in Borivali did not look like this a few years ago. In its place was an old, dilapidated building which was in need of repair. After several failed negotiations with various builders, the society members decided to redevelop it themselves.
Builder were not willing to proceed also. Then we thought it is better, society's condition is a very bad, liability condition. That is why better to go with the loan, mortgage the property and go for self-development.
This model of self-development is becoming a popular option for societies across Mumbai. Here, societies apply for loans to redevelop their housing complex and appoint a contractor to carry out the redevelopment to their specifications. No builders are involved and the society gets access to all the benefits including extra FSI and TDR. Each member gets at least 35 to 45% extra area and the society is less dependent on the builder. The homeowners can also be more sure of timely completion of the project, while additional flats can be sold to buyers of the own choice. Income tax will also be not applicable, thereby profits will remain within the society and would substantially reduce maintenance costs.
If the societies go for self-redevelopment, I would definitely say that they will get double the area what is promised by the developer.
Today, Mumbai District Central Cooperative Bank gives loans of up to 85% that covers the project cost for which buyers mortgage their land. Other banks are considering this policy and might implement it in near future. This bank also provides good professional help to assist in the process of construction.
We are having our own CA, we are having our own architect, we are having our PMC also. So that they can go to the society and they can explain what is the self-redevelopment and how benefit you will get.
Self-redevelopment has the potential to change the face of redevelopment in Mumbai and can ensure that homeowners are not left at the mercy of builders. But builder lobbies claim the method is not without its risks.
You need to deal with many departments, that's one. Secondly, not necessary that all the society member or couple of them have the expertise or that much enough adequate time to go and approach various agencies, appoint various consultants.
While that may be true, self-redevelopment holds out hope for those societies which have not been going in for redevelopment in the fear of being taken advantage of by builders. And if executed well, there is no reason why this cannot be a viable method to redevelop the many dilapidated societies in Mumbai. With Ashwini Priyolkar in Mumbai, this is Sharon Alex for NDTV.
Well, do it yourself is hard, sometimes more profitable, but it could be full of challenges as well. On the other side, exclusive story on MMRDA's plans to change Wadala skyline. That's an exclusive here on the Property Show. And also the spotlight on top residential markets of Pune and Ahmedabad. And of course, on your screen, as we slip into a break, our project tracker this week is Arihant Anshula. Check out what the project is offering.